all come today to show our respect to Mr. Isaac's wife.
It's more than 30 days, by the way. It's more than 34 days since she passed away.
We don't know much about her, but from what we see in Mr. Isaac and her children, says a lot about what kind of mother she is, or what kind of mother she was, Rabotai. The neighbors that live across her, when the whole situation happened, they were very shocked. It's like the light was moved out from the community. It's like something is missing now. Unfortunately now, Mr. Isaac is not able to sing Eshet Chal Miyim Ta. Rabotai, if we ever thought about those words, what does it mean? Who's able to find an Eshet Chayil? When a person loses somebody that's so close, especially Olin Rabotai, his wife, that's what the pasuk means, Rabotai. We can say Eshet Chal Miyim Ta. Where are you going to find such a woman like this who's been taking care of you all your life? Like I said before, Rabotai, our mothers take care of us till 18, 19, 20, 25 max. But from there and on, is the wife that has to put up with us. She has to take care of us. Mr. Isaac told me 50 years she was taking care of him. 50 years, Rabotai. I don't know how many people you have today that stay married within a few months after they get married. To live 50 years, Rabotai, is a very, very big thing. To be able to understand each other. And I know you guys know that they even work together. It's not easy, Rabotai, to be even home with the wife for a few hours. Is not easy. To go on vacation is not easy. On top of this, you have to work, Rabotai. It just shows you the connection that they both had. I know, Mr. Isaac, you asked Rav Chaim not to speak, but I just want to bring out something, that behind every great man stands a great woman. And just seeing when you are in our Nes Minyan, how the whole atmosphere is different. And I want to just try to bring a few pasukim that when we take, a lot of times, how is a marriage successful? How does one make his marriage successful? The answer is, if people do what Chana but Miriam does. If you respect your husband, if you give in to your husband, that is the real success. Not to try to be on top of your husband, meaning above him or even equal to him. That's not going to work, Rabotai. It's not going to work. Unfortunately, nowadays, you have women equal rights. No problem. They can have equal rights as much as they want. If they can do the same work that we can do. If we take the letters each, which is Aleph, Yud, Shin, it spells 311. There's a passage that says, Moteh, Matzah Isha, Matzah Tov. I want to say that, Mr. Isaac, you found Chana, you found something good in life. Unfortunately, this good is no longer with us over here, it's no longer with you, Mr. Isaac. But if we take the word Ish, it's 311, where it says Matzah Isha, if you spell the word Isha, it's Aleph Shin Hey, which gives me 306, the numerical value. 306, and the guy is 311. As long as the woman is 306, and the guy is 311, it's Matzah Isha, Matzah Tov. You know you found a good wife, you know you found something good in life. When a wife gives in to the husband, she respects the husband, she listens to the husband, Rabotai, Matzah Isha, Matzah Tov. What about the other pasuk, Rabotai, where it says, Moteh ani ha'isha mar mimafet? If a guy says, Chas v'shalom, I found a wife that's more bitter than death. What do we add with that? The pasuk just adds one letter, Rabotai, hey, ha'isha. If you spell the letter ha'isha, it will give me exactly 311. 311 plus 311, the guy is 311, the woman is 3. If she wants to be equal with the husband, that's where you know that he found a wife that's more bitter than death. But there's another passage that says, Ve'isha, that if you found your, and if you found yourself a woman, they put a vav instead of the hey. If you spell Ve'isha with a vav, it gives you 312. If she's 312 and you're 311, Rabotai, the simple answer is Kaddish al Yisrael. Because the Gemara says any wife that rules over her husband, his life is not a life. Mr. Isaac, we can say with all confidence, from the little time that we've known you over here, Mr. Isaac, like you said yourself, that she allowed you to go to learn. She allowed you to come daven. You yourself told me stories that you wouldn't want to go. She would say, I'm giving you my word, I'm going to stay in one place. You go and I'll be here. We know that, Mr. Isaac. It all comes from the woman. Our push comes from the woman, Mr. Isaac. This, you don't have this now. But you have the community, you have your children, you have your grandchildren. A lot of you were not with us on Shabbat. And I told on Shabbat, this past Shabbat, Mr. Isaac made the Kiddush, so this past Shabbat I said, we need to realize, Rabotai, Mr. Isaac is a great father, was a great husband, is a great grandfather. Rabotai, listen to this very carefully. Once he lost his wife, something else is going to take in place of that. His greatness is going to be transferred over to everyone else now, to his children and to the community. So we ask Mr. Isaac that now he has to become great over here. He has to show us that leadership in this shul. Because as rabbis and Rabotai, we can learn a lot of Torah. But the experience that a person has, experience speaks more than words and more than anything else. And Mr. Isaac has that. Mr. Isaac, we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart for what you do for the community. I'm not speaking about no finance, I'm speaking about when you come up to me and you tell me, Rabbi, this can't go, this cannot be, this talking has to stop. If not, X is going to happen. You see the shuls are not built. You lead us. So we want to tell you thank you to that. I just want to say one word of Divrei Torah. It says in Masechet Shabbat that unfortunately, Rabotai, we as we live in this world, we do not pay attention to how fast the time is passing. Chazal tells, I think it's David HaMelech that says, a person's life will pass him like the shadow, but like the shadow of a bird, Rabotai. Not even like the shadow of a palm tree. The shadow of a palm tree, it still stands. As long as you are underneath it, you could still be under the shadow. But what does it mean that a person's life passing by like the shadow of a bird? Meaning, Rabotai, a person is going to be 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. He's going to look back, he's going to say with the blinking of an eye, how did I come over here where I am now? What happened to my previous life before? That's what Rabotai, in Masechet Shabbat and Daf Samach Gimel Amud Bet is brought down. Amar Rav Huna said, my dichtiv, what does this verse mean, what's written? Shlomo Melech says it, Samach bachur biyaldutcha. Be happy in your youth. V'tivcha lebecha b'mei bechuretecha. Go with your heart's desire while you're still young. V'halech bedarchei libecha. Go with the ways of your heart. U'b'ma'arei einecha. And with what your eyes see, put your eyes on it. Don't worry about nothing. This is what Shlomo begins, the pasuk. But Rabotai, Shlomo concludes and he says, V'da, but you should know, Ki al kol elo yavi'acha ha'elohim ba'mishpat. Rabotai, but for everything that we do in this world, Hashem is going to bring us to judgment. The Gemara says, Ad kan divrei Tahara, up to over here where it says, go with your heart, look after your eyes, enjoy this world. Those are the words of the Yetzirah. Mikan ve'elach divrei Yetzirah. But from then and on, when it says, but remember that the judgment that a person is going to be brought before Hashem in the end of days, those are the words of the Yetzirah. A lot of times, Rabotai, we don't have that push to want to do the right thing, to want to daven, to want to learn, to do mitzvot, Rabotai. We need to realize that this world that we live in, I just was reading today very Musar from Rav Nachman Breslov. He says, why is the mitzvah of mezuzah the most important mitzvah that there is when you're buying a house or when you're building a house? Rabotai, today it's unbelievable that he says this many years ago, but if you see today, people, the way they build their houses, you ask them, do you believe Mashiach is coming? If they tell you yes, they're lying. With the beams that they're putting up, with the millions of dollars that they're putting up into the house, they don't even believe that they're going to die. Rabotai, Rav Nachman Breslov says, do you know what the mezuzah does for us? When you walk out of the house and you kiss the mezuzah, you know what that reminds you? That there is a God in the world. That there is an end to this world. That there's another world to come. Don't make your house that you build with a strong foundation the primary Rabotai foundation. We're not here forever. We need to realize, Rabotai, that time is ticking, and like Rav Nachman Breslov said, Rabbi Nachman Breslov says, every single day that passes you, every single second, hour, minute that passes you, that time you'll never be able to get back. That means, Rabotai, a person is dying every single minute, every single hour, every single day he's dying. He's not really living, because you're coming closer to the day of death. That's why, Rabotai, like it says in last week's Parsha, Vayishlach Yaakov Malachim Lefanav El Esav. What does it mean that Yaakov Avinu sent angels before him? What angels did Yaakov Avinu send? He sent the angels that he did with his good Masim Tovim, Rabotai. Because when we do a mitzvah, we create good angels. When we do a verse, Rabotai, we create bad angels, and those bad angels come and give us problems. But the good angels, Rabotai, they come and they protect us, and they watch over us, etc. There's a lot of Torah that can be said on this alone. B'ezrat Hashem, Mr. Isaac, may the seer pass well. May the children, the most effect, that if anybody can have effect for the mother, as much as the mother does for us, as much as the father does for us, even if we want to repay them, there's no way in the world we can repay them. That's why the Chachamim bring down, the Achronim, the Shulchan Aruch, they bring down, the real Kibbut Avim comes after the parents leave the world. Because when in the world of you could bring them a cup, you could get a cleaning lady, 1, 2, 3, pay here, pay there, and the job is done. But once the mother and the father are not here, every time the son or the brother say Kaddish, or the husband, every time they say Kaddish, they lift. Every second that they learn Torah, they lift her in the shop, they lift. So when you stop, Rabotai, it's a very big problem, because she's saying to herself, do more for me, so I can grow. I give you guys, remember, your mother gave her life to you. You guys, I don't have to tell you, you guys have little children, you know what it is to wake up every single day, to diaper, to infant milk, to this, to that. Rabotai, if our mothers and our fathers did this for us, the least we can do is to go in the way of Hashem, to be able to bring them nachat in the next world. Baruch Adonai Olam, Amen, Amen. Rabbi Chanan ben Akash אומר לצדוש ברוך הוא, לזכות את אשר לפיך כרבה לכם תורה ומצווה שנאמר אדוני, חפץ למען תשרה יגדיל תורה וידיר על ישראל.
יתגדל ויתקדש מרבה, העלמא דברה פירוטה וימליך מלכותה ויצמח פורקנה ויקרא משיחה, וחי יכול וביום יכול חיי דחון ואת ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קרים אמרו אמן. מרבה וברך לעלם לעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי נקודשה ברכו.